Huh? Lamar?
No, he doesn't.
The UK failed Lamar.
No, hold on.
You reckon?
Because he was
Yeah,
black.
man. Lamar was cool.
Lamar was cool,
He
man.
didn't even win Fame Academy, and he became a bigger star than the guy who actually won.
Fame Academy.
UK were
Fame Academy.
UK were ready for a black pop star.
What do you mean?
A black
They
man.
weren't, man.
We had Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac.
One song.
He had once. Fam, that still gets played
Lamar
at
had
the
a few.
cookout.
No, but Lamar had a few.
Lamar, exactly.
That's my point. But
What about Nathan?
Huh?
Nathan.
Huh?
Baby, would you come into my...
Only Peter would remember Nathan.
only Nathan.
Only Peter would remember
Only
Nathan.
Nathan I
Do you know why he's a crook, you know? Do you know why he's a
Actually, he's the only one I
crook?
acknowledge.
Because after he kind of blew, this guy attempted to go on X Factor and act like he never blew.
Oh, he's a crook.
Facts.
That's a villain right there.
Why is he a
Bro.
crook?
Nah, you don't.
Bro,
do
how do you do that?
only Nathan I acknowledge is Ake though.
How do you remember Nathan's songs?
How do you remember Nathan?
I mean,
songs?
not Nathan's songs, Lamar songs.
No one remembers Nathan's songs.
Everyone remembers Coming to My Room.
No.
Who?
Everyone. I don't
People remember Coming to
Not
My
more
Room.
than-
People.
Not like they remember 50-50.
And don't say they, because I'll hit you.
Not like they remember 50-50.
What about Fundamental?
Huh?
Playground,
I don't know
Playground.
that song. Everyone knows
Nathan never
50-50.
broke out.
Yes, he did.
Nathan
No,
never-
he
Coming to My Room was a minor hit.
No, he didn't.
Stop it, brother. If
No,
D
no,
Block
no,
never
no,
had
no,
a hit
no.
yet, there's
No,
no
no,
way
no,
that's a
no.
hit.
Nathan
You know what
was bigger than
You know what
any
it is?
tune that
No,
D Block
you
Europe
remember
has dropped.
No,
What?
no. Remember Channing
They
U days?
charted.
No. Remember Channing U days?
Coming to My Room
And it-
charted.
You remember? No, it didn't. How you know?
Shut up
Remember
now.
Channing U days when they would rank each song that they thought was dope out of 10?
Yeah.
In the week.
They got.
That's what he thinks a minor hit is.
He got about 7.
Bro,
He got 7 in it.
are you man telling me that Coming to My Room weren't a hit?
6. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 18 of the Rhymes Like Dimes podcast. You already know who it is. It's me, Yemi. It's Peter. You were meant to say something.
Oh, yeah, what's good?
And Mohammed.
It's cracking.
Thank you. How you doing, guys?
Hey, man, we living, brother, man.
We're good, man. God is good, man.
All the time.
All the time, God is good.
Hey, man. We're here after a month away. You know what I'm saying?
I needed that rest, boy.
Yeah, man. It was a nice little break for us. You know what I mean? Recharge some batteries. You know, see some sights. Didn't see any sights. But, you know, I'm trying to fill up words, but it's fine. How you guys doing? What were you doing in that time?
Trying to think. No, it really was your birthday in that time.
Oh, yeah, of course it was. Yeah, it was my birthday. I'm now 28.
Happy birthday again, King.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you to everybody who came out for my birthday. Thank you to everybody who wished me happy birthday, all that good stuff. Saw Freddie Gibbs and Mad Lib the day before. It was average. A bunch of different problems. The crowd was shit. There was obviously some kind of issue with Freddie Gibbs and the management because there was a timing and a curfew and all that, and he kind of just left abruptly, then came back and was performing some of his own stuff and not like the bandana pinata stuff, which was kind of weird. Generally, it was not as good as when I went to see them at the Boiler Room, but I still love them guys, man, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't think of anything now. Other than my birthday, that's pretty much taken over everything, to be honest.
Really boring ass way.
I'm telling you, man.
pretty much.
We washed up in these streets.
And that's the way I like it. Mohammed, how have you been?
You know me, man. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
What?
I don't know, but it
This guy,
sounded so right.
this guy listened to too much.
Yo,
rap
it
music.
sounded so right. Why couldn't you not?
That
leave
actually
that
sounded really
bro?
good.
Yeah, it did, man. Come on, man.
I have no idea what it meant,
Yo,
but
listen, fam, I'm a rapper in these streets.
feel
You
you.
know,
Yes, I am.
Feel you.
I mean, you used to rap the weight. Anyway, Pete, how you doing?
I didn't even hear what you said. What did you say?
He used to wrap up the weight.
The what? We're editing that out.
But yeah, no, I'm all right, man. Just, you know, just here, just working as always, and you know, figuring out this thing called life. But yeah, you know,
Speaking of life,
but we're good, man. We're good.
there's someone that seems to have figured it out.
Who's
Figured it
that?
out.
Kanye West.
Oh, you want to go straight to it?
Oh, that was a horrible segue.
I don't think that was a horrible segue.
You know,
We're keeping that in,
It
though.
wasn't bad.
I don't think that was a horrible segue.
Nah,
it was
bad.
very
It wasn't
obvious because the
bad.
way my voice went up.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Clearly, Mo was very excited to get into the topics today.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait for the Kanye West one.
Fair enough,
I've been
fair
tuning
enough,
on this
fair
one
enough,
for a
fair
while.
enough. All right, cool. Well, I just want to say again to everybody watching, everyone listening, thank you very much. Appreciate it all the time.
Salute
18
to everyone
episodes
listening.
in.
Salute to everyone listening.
Yeah, man, 18 episodes in. Like, this thing started in March and now we're still going. No, but good vibes. We're going to
building
continue
it.
to give you what you want, if you in a sense. Yeah. We don't know what that is, but you know, it's calm.
Salute to everyone.
But yeah, as Mo said, let's get straight into it. So, Kanye West, the man, the myth, the legend. So he has dropped his new album, Jesus is King. And in amongst that, in the build up to the album, he has had an album leaked. Yandy, he has found God. He's now a
Allegedly
Christian. He's now a born again Christian. He is doing Sunday service all around the US. Some people call it a cult. Some people say it's like really dope. And yeah, man, he's in a new phase musically, spiritually, in his life, where he's finding himself closer to God, and he's trying to kind of rectify, I suppose, what problems he's had in the past. And this new album, Jesus is King, is out. It's very much got a lot of gospel. I'm not going to call it a gospel album.
It is though.
I mean,
Is it though?
I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. It's got gospel influences, but I wouldn't necessarily call it an outright.
You don't know.
It's just
gospel
Christian
album.
rap.
You don't know more than me.
Really, yeah. It's
You
really
don't know
Christian.
more than me.
It's really Christian rap.
Yeah, you don't know more than me. I just thought it was gospel just because. Obviously, I don't listen to
I
gospel.
mean, I don't know many.
Because it had a choir.
What?
Because it had a choir.
Listen, man, I'm Muslim, but the only gospel I know is Mary, Mary.
I don't know many rapping gospels though.
Shout out to the Cray.
Yeah, he's Christian rap.
But there's a whole other segment called Christian rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gospel. It's Christian rap.
Oh, shout out to the Cray. fam. He
So
does it
Christian
well.
rap is like rappers who rap about God.
And gospel?
Gospel is more the music than the theme. You see
Yeah.
what I mean? So more choirs,
Organs.
organs,
He had a choir.
church,
He had a church.
Sunday service.
He had Sunday service.
Yes, but it's still kind of more Christian rap, I'd say. Let me finish the intro, innit? So he's dropped his new album. It's got elements of gospel. I wouldn't call it a gospel album. I'd probably call it a Christian rap album. And obviously it's been met with mixed reviews. So I guess what I want to know from myself and you guys is in 2019, given everything that's happened to him in the last year or two, or even even in the last, you could go as far back as like the last 3 years in his life and in his music. How do we feel about the man known as Kanye West in 2019? And what do we think about the album?
This album weren't it, man. For me,
Tell me more.
it weren't it at all, man. I appreciated the content and what he was trying to do with the content. But as far as the actual music, the instrumentation, the beats, it didn't slap for me, man. Like there were probably about 2 songs that I really enjoyed. I liked Follow God. That was more vintage Kanye. I feel like that was probably done for Yandy. I feel like it was probably for that. And I liked there's a song called Water as well. And I remember when the night that you man forced me to listen to the album,
Forced.
Pause. We didn't force you.
I was definitely forced to
were
listen
not
to the
forced.
I
album.
said forced.
Big up Rich.
You made your own choice.
Yo, Rich called
Yeah, when I heard
Shout
that
Rich.
song, I thought, this song is absolutely beautiful. But apart from that, I did not enjoy the album, man. Like the intro was great, the outro was great. Both quite simplistic and both very what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but if you're gonna hear a gospel quote unquote gospel album, you would expect to hear, an intro like that with just full of choir singing, and then the outro similar sort of effect as well. Apart from that, I did not enjoy the album, man. Like the Clips song should have been way better. If you're getting these 2 back together after so long, come on, man, just let them rap. Like don't let them give me only 6 to 8 bars and that's it. And then you've got Kenny G
He went
on
for ages
the
as well.
saxophone just
He went on for ages.
doing nonsense.
He went on
And
for
why
actual
where did he
ages.
find Kenny G? That's what I want to know. Why Kenny G?
I mean,
For jazz purists, they know that Kenny G's not really rated like that in the jazz world. Do you get what I'm saying? At all. Because he's like the Vanilla Ice of jazz.
Swear.
In a sense where he came out, he did smooth jazz, which smooth jazz isn't really seen as skillful at all, and then he sold bare records. So he wasn't really rated like that. Similar to Vanilla Ice when he came true, he had that Ice Ice Baby song, sold bare records, and then that was that.
audience, I want you to note that Peter's talking on behalf of the whole jazz community.
He definitely is.
That's how
Hey
he is.
man, I am.
He's a jazz correspondent.
No, I am. So yeah, I just did not enjoy the album. I was really disappointed by it, man, to be quite honest with you. I had no expectations, and I actually had no intentions of listening to the album right now. I was going to probably get to it at some point. But again, I was kind of forced to getting into it. But yeah, no, I was disappointed, man. I think with Kanye, and it's funny because when Yemi and Rich were having a conversation, I remember Yemi rated the album what he rated it, and I remember Rich's reaction. So like by Rich's reaction, I kind of had this expectation that, yo, this might actually be something. But then when I got to it, I was just like, I'm still kind of waiting. Like it was just really bland. It's just really bland, really boring. I feel like his rapping wasn't great at all. It's deteriorated. And yeah, it was just disappointing, man. It was disappointing.
I think I'll give you my rating. My rating, when I initially spoke to Rich and Peter about it, I gave it a 6 out of 10. I'm probably going to put that down to a 5 now. I think it's decent. I really love some of the music on the album. The lyrics are dog shit, but that's whatever. Like, I've never gone to Kanye for lyrics. This album, I liked more than I thought I would. So if I'm just going to look through the tracks, every hour, the first song, cool. Seller, meh. Follow God.
I fucked with Seller.
Follow God, fire. Close on Sunday, no. On God, no. Everything we need, no. Water, yes. God is, yes. Hands on, yes. Use this gospel, disappointed. Jesus is Lord, good. So that's more or less like halfway. I feel like Kanye, generally as an artist, with Jesus is King, with Ye, with Kids See Ghost, I feel like he has kind of fallen off as far as like when it comes to albums. And what I mean by that is like he has probably a couple, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 really good ideas for songs, for albums, but they're never fully developed. And I feel that way. I feel that's been the case for Ye, Kids See Ghosts, and Jesus is King. I feel like he's been putting out an album just for the sake of it. And anytime you promise to put out an album on a day and you're still working on that album the day of release, I know for a fact that it's not fully fleshed out. You're just rushing it. So I feel like Jesus is King was rushed. At 27 minutes, it can't not be. Like the lyrics are nothing. The music is great. And we're always going to go to Kanye West for great music. He's always going to provide us with great sounds. 100%. But I'm in a case where I'm kind of in the middle where I was expecting a much worse album. And I didn't get like a terrible album. But it's also like, I can't really support or really sit well with his direction because of everything that's going on outside of it, if I'm honest. But as for the album, like, it's cool. I'll go back to Follow God, I'll go back to Water and those ones, but I'm not necessarily going back to it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm cool on this album, man.
What do you think, Mo?
I actually agree with both of you. Like, there's no discussion, like there's no debate here. I think the album's very much. I liked it. It's gonna sound weird because I really fucked with it at first, and then normally it's the opposite for me with albums. It's the second, third time I like it more. It's after the first listen, I was like, alright, quite fuck with this album. Second and third listen, I was like, I don't know how much I'm gonna go back. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas normally it's the opposite. The first time you hear the album, you think, it's alright. The second time you go, alright, you know what, fuck with this album. It's the opposite for this one, man. I listen to it, I'm like, it's alright. I don't know, just being honest, I don't know if it's because I'm Muslim, I can't relate to a lot of the bars, but then how much can I relate to gangster rap? Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's a excuse. Maybe it's just...
It might be a little bit because it's very like basic entry level Christianity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know if how much. Yeah, I don't know how much how much can I really relate to other. Do you know what I mean? It's not, I can't relate to a lot of music. Do you know what I mean? But this album, I don't know. It wasn't it for me. Kanye's not it for me. The album wasn't it for me. So, but
do you feel like he was preaching at you?
Yeah, man. Bruv, I don't even believe half of the shit he says, man. Definitely.
Yeah, it all seems a bit contrived. Man.
Yeah, man. He's a character. So what's the word?
Caricature.
He's a character of himself.
Yeah, because I feel like with every album cycle, there's always a new problem for him.
Always.
With Jesus, it was about, being blackballed by the fashion industry. With Ye, it was his bipolar. And obviously he's working on that and treating that because clearly you can see he's not a well guy. Like,
no, he definitely
he needs help. And by all means, I hope he gets the help he needs in that front. And with Jesus King, it's about his religion. I feel like it's all like, without being too cynical, it seems a bit opportunistic to, after supporting Trump and wearing the MAGA hat and all that stuff, to then hop on, God, trying to trademark the term Sunday service. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen, I know Peter's definitely seen the merch that he's putting out and stuff.
But the prices were stupid as well.
But not even that, like he's selling You're trying to sell God.
He's
trying to sell religion.
Yeah,
and that part of him, I can't sit well with. I can't support that.
But is that him or is that just not trying to stray away from the hip hop debate? But is that just not religion in general?
Well, yeah, but when you're hopping, I mean, that's a wider discussion.
Yeah, that's what I'm not trying to stray away from. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a wider discussion.
I don't know if he's breaking the norm.
But if we're talking about Kanye, then someone who has always been so independent, so fierce with what he believes in, I just feel like nowadays he's not convincing.
No.
Like, if I was even watching the interview he did with Big Boy, and he never really he doesn't answer questions, man. He's so indirect and he's so like, I mean, even though I got from that interview the kind of things that I got about fans being hypocritical and wanting a certain image of him, and Kanye fans put him on a pedestal, but he never really proclaimed to be on said pedestal. Like, everyone is so quick to mention the fact that he said George Bush doesn't care about black people, and then are shocked to see him support Trump, or like not even support Trump, but he was like, yo, Trump is a nice guy. Like, I don't think he's outright said like, I support Trump.
No, he said that.
Yeah.
I think he likes him as a person. I think he likened the fact that they share the same type of energy, and I think he called it dragon-like energy, and that's what he likes.
When you wear the Make America Great Again hat, you stand for what he stands for.
I'm conflicted on Kanye. I'm conflicted on Kanye, man. I'm extremely conflicted on this guy, man. Like, with the album, like when it was said that he was going to do this, this gospel thing, I actually thought that it would be quite easy for him to do, because although, and I had this debate with Rich, although like, gospel isn't necessarily the same as making like soul music, I don't think it's that far. So as far as like the instrumentation, I just thought, maybe this would be, a time for him to kind of just jump back in his bag and be extremely creative. Even in like reading some of the credits, like I was thinking, and the track list, and I was thinking, all right, cool, this guy probably would have gotten a lot of writing help as well. Maybe he's got, Rhyme Fest back in the picture as well.
You couldn't tell.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
That's a consequence.
Yeah, so I was thinking that, this could actually be something. But yeah, man, it just was really like, really disappointing, man. Extremely disappointing. And like, I feel like it talks to where Kanye is just in general. I feel like the album is as confusing as he is, to be honest with you. Where I say I'm conflicted with this guy is because, as much fuckery as he's done, man, like, I still believe that, like, he's still one of us. Let's still back him. Let's still put our arm around him. Let's still love him, and let's educate him. I don't want us to like just chuck him to the side, but then at the same time, like, he's making it extremely easy for us to just want to chuck him to the side. This whole kind of going into, Christian rap or whatever he's doing, yeah, like, it speaks to, I think, us as a people as well, for him to feel like this is all it's going to take to kind of get back in people's good graces. Whenever someone fucks up within the black community, man, they just run to the church because of how black people feel about Christianity and our ties to the church. And it kind of feels as though you could argue that maybe that's what he's doing here. Maybe that's why this whole spectacle with the album is what it is.
You know what it is? I feel like he genuinely does want a great relationship with God. I genuinely believe he is born again. I genuinely believe all that stuff. It's just in the context of him supporting, well, quote unquote, supporting Trump and wearing the hat and all that stuff. It's such an extreme to go from that to then saying, I'm born again, I want to do a gospel album, this, that, and the other. So in some respects, I can understand people's concerns and people's willingness to just discard him because it's so like random what he does sometimes. But at the same time, like, this is a guy who's clearly affected and needs help, like mental help, all that stuff. Like, he ain't been the same since his mum died. And I feel like since Jesus times, each year he's just like,
it's one thing after another.
He's just degenerated even more. So it gets tricky. It gets tricky because you're dealing with someone who clearly needs like a lot of help, and it's just shouting and yelling and trying to, like, I suppose, release something that might not necessarily be there. I want to support him and I always will, but like you said, like Peter said, he does make it very hard.
He does it for me.
He doesn't make it hard.
No, he doesn't make it for me. I listen to Kanye West, but fuck him. Like, I'm sorry, I can't support him anymore.
Are you able to separate the artist from the art?
Yeah. I fuck with Kanye West's music. I don't fuck with Kanye West as a person. I've checked that, man.
My thing is, though,
Once you side yourself with someone so fucked, I can't have any sympathy for you, if that makes any sense.
Let me ask you a question though. Can we as people deal with duality in a sense where I fuck with you, Mo, you're like, you know, close friend or whatever. But like if I disagree with your political views, let's say you voted for Brexit, for example.
There's a difference though.
Well, hold on, let me finish. Does that mean that like I need to kind of start questioning my friendship with you?
No, there's a difference.
Mohammed voted for Brexit is wild.
Now, if I vote for someone who says Nigerians are a piece of shit,
right?
Nigerians are a problem,
right?
And you see me actively saying, yo, that guy's all right, you have to look at me sideways. Donald Trump actively said Islam is a problem. I'm Muslim. Donald Trump actively called Africa a shithole.
Yeah, but
it's a problem.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But Kanye might not, and I'm not even trying to stick up for Kanye, but I'm playing devil's advocate
But
here.
once you side with that person, he can say,
But is it then-
has he sided with that person, or has he said that, yo, I like this trait of that person?
This is it. I was about to say, is it fair?
Once you wear that hat,
No,
make
man.
America great again, you side with that person.
But is it fair?
If I
But is
wear an
it-
Arsenal hat today, do I not fuck with Arsenal?
It's a bit different.
But is it fair to say that you support someone who has these heinous views about things because of something different that they said? So let's say, for example,
So you tell me that you take one bit, but you don't take the rest.
I mean, that's what fans do. That's what fans do.
But then
People took the Kanye West saying George Bush don't care about black people and put him on this pedestal of him being like a freedom fighter and being off the people and
that's
shit.
the mistake people made, though. I'm just saying.
But it wasn't just that, though.
But once you, my view is, I get what you're saying, because you can side with someone's opinion on one thing and not the rest. But sometimes some views are so heinous, it overshadows the rest. He's actively called my religion a problem.
Yeah. But that doesn't
no
affect,
ifs and buts.
But that doesn't affect Kanye.
Yeah, that's my point though. But then once you side with that person, as a Muslim, I got to look at you like, yo, what the fuck? He's called my whole religion a problem.
Yeah.
He said where I come from is a piece of shit. He's banned my people from coming to America because supposedly we're fucked. Once you side with that person who's against morally everything I stand for, because I'm Muslim before I'm anything else. Do you know what I'm saying? Then I'm African. Then I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, yo, what do you mean you're siding with him? You're meant to be on our side over here. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a weird one because then it's like, yo, then it goes back to the question of where's my moral compass?
There's so many, there's so many shades of grey because like siding with someone because they've said something cool doesn't then necessarily mean that you sort of side with them on everything.
I agree, but I feel like that's politics. But I feel like some views overshadow the rest.
No, I 100%
you know what I'm saying?
agree.
I get what you're saying. Like whoever you vote for is whoever you vote.
But what did it with Kanye West? And Kanye West already has a warped view of reality. So in his world, he can probably let's say, for example, he does support Trump saying that Islam is a problem. In his own world, he'll probably find a way to justify that being a thing.
Yeah, because it doesn't affect him.
Not to say that he has.
Yeah, I agree. But then I also don't believe this act. I generally do feel like it's a cult. Like it looks like a cult. It just doesn't look right, bruv.
Why doesn't it look right?
I don't know, but
Mo from the Joe Budden podcast, shout out him, said it wasn't. He was there.
Yeah, but doesn't Mo's brother work for
Rockefeller?
Yeah, so like, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think he's. I don't
know how
political
saying,
connects,
but
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's trying to fuck up.
I don't think that means like
that's one of the biggest artists.
I don't think that means he has to be loyal.
Why not?
Because it's not like Jay and Ye are the closest right now.
But can he still actively go out and disrespect Kanye West, knowing that that's their biggest artist or one of?
Yes, if he wants to.
Has he before?
I mean, I don't know.
But
if he wanted to, he probably could.
I don't know. I'm just saying, to me, looking in, it just doesn't look
legit.
Right.
Yeah.
Even when he's talking, like even a Big Boy interview, when it's like, Instagram runs your women. And then Big Boy must have said to him, don't your wife make money off Instagram? And he skirted around the whole question.
Yeah.
But he was doing that the whole
Yeah, but my point is he doesn't look right.
No, it don't look right.
You know what I'm saying? And then also there was another thing. It's just like, when he's like, yo, after I've been doing this, God made, I don't know if you lot saw the Carpool Karaoke or another interview, I don't know what it was. And he's like, after I've been doing what I'm doing, God has given me 60 million back in tax rebate.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because everything that's going wrong with the world, God will give you 60 mil. Like, bruv, like, do you not have sanity? Just because you found God now, God bless you if you have. I don't believe you have, but if you have, God bless you.
How can you say you don't believe him?
I'm just saying. Now you're telling me, okay, God has said, you know what?
But also,
fuck
like,
all these, man.
cool.
Let me give Kanye West, who's already rich, 60 million.
Nah, man. Look, people have their individual relationships with God. Like, you can't tell someone how their relationship with God is.
That's a fact.
If he feels like if he feels like God has given him that rebate, then who are you to say that's not true?
I never said that's not true.
but-
I just said it's very, very.
Of course, it
But then-
sounds interesting. It sounds interesting.
That's all I'm saying, fam.
But then some people's issues is the fact that he's using God to get back in our good graces.
But is he
I
though?
feel
Because
like
he's
in a
still
lot-
sticking by what he's saying. Even while bringing up God, has he gone back on anything he said? Which is what I respect.
I think he's apologized for a couple of things.
like what? He hasn't apologized.
He apologized for slavery as a choice, and we knew what he meant when he was talking about that. We knew.
I feel like I knew what he was trying to say.
We knew what he was trying to say. It's just that the way he said it
Yeah, he
meant we
doesn't-
were all in an uproar.
he doesn't
And it's- I think for some quarters of the black community, he was talking that shit. He was talking the real shit.
Dumb motherfuckers.
This is what I mean. So it's like some of us are offended by him saying these things, but we are black people. Sometimes we have that mentality.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes we like to play victim.
I think the people that are most offended by Kanye West and the people that are most pissed with him are the people that held him to such a high esteem as well.
Literally took the words out.
I think because of all the music he's put out, you know, and the messages in his music, you know, crack music specifically, and just talking about certain things in the music, I think naturally we will put somebody in a certain, you know, kind of category because they're addressing certain things.
That's a fact.
So essentially, the comments that he's made outside of the music are going against that, and that's the problem that people are having now.
Here's the thing, though: 2005 Kanye versus 2019 Kanye, not the same person.
No, not at all.
And while I'm not mad at people placing him on a pedestal because of what he said and what he's rapped about, that's fine because that's the only thing you have of him. Like, you're gonna believe in the stuff he's talking about in the subject matter. Like, he's made songs like crack music. He's made songs like what else he made? Like a lot of like things that are talking to like social issues and stuff like that. So the old Kanye was like that guy. But we've seen over the last we could even probably say 10 years, since the whole Taylor Swift thing, we've seen this guy slowly morph into something else.
We even backed him on the Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah.
We rolled
the
for
whole
him on the Taylor
world
Swift
shouting
thing.
him.
We
Barack Obama
rolled-
called him a jackass.
And we rolled for him on that. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the pedestal I had. Yo, Kanye West a genius, bro.
I don't know, man. I just feel
He's
like
a genius, bruv. Like, let's give him his credit. He's on a different.
Of course.
he's a genius.
that's my favorite artist
He
of
might
all
be.
time.
He might be. If you take help out of it, the best producer rapper ever. In my opinion, he is. Like,
Yeah.
in my opinion, he is. Like, he's.
I mean,
that's-
Q-Tip is, but for you.
I'm just saying, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
For him to already be best producer rapper conversation, he's a genius. And it's like, yo,
But the issue isn't his artistry, man.
that's my point. But then, how often you can't help but
And despite
cross
this,
that over.
and despite this not very good album, I still feel like he's still got a lot in his bag.
I think-
I'm never counting out Kanye West
what's the
at all.
what's the conversation we had?
I think he's fallen
What's
off.
the conversation we had on
remember.
the podcast? How many bad albums do you have to
I think
Kanye's given me enough classics that I will check out his music in some capacity,
what it is?
one way or another. At
You
some
wasn't going
point.
to check out this album?
No,
if you wasn't-
I wasn't going to do it immediately. I was going to get to it when I got to it.
I think Kanye's discography post Life of Pablo, if you give to any other artist, you probably say it's a decent discography.
Decent. It's
But-
way better than decent.
You reckon?
What, before Jesus?
No, after Life of Pablo. So we're talking Life of Pablo, Yay,
yeah.
Kids See Ghosts, and Jesus is King.
Do we?
To any
no,
other artist,
yeah,
to
I
any,
don't
I
agree
think
with
if
that,
you,
I don't agree
I think if you give that
don't know,
discography
man.
to any other artist, it might be decent. But because Kanye has already set such high standards for
looks trash.
himself,
It looks trash.
it looks not as good. That's why I will always say, since Life of Pablo, he has fallen off. Because even with Life of Pablo, he was talking about shit. Yay and stuff, like, okay,
Actually-
cool, he's dealing with other things and different changes in his life, but it's not as hard hitting. Like, the music is always going to be there, but even with the music, I feel like these days it's becoming a lot more aligned with what's already out there.
I really liked Life of Pablo for what it's worth. I don't know why.
I really enjoyed it as
I
well.
really enjoyed that album.
I mean, up until Yay, I thought it was his worst album.
I think Jesus was what, right?
I think Ye's his worst album.
No, I think Yay, Kids See Ghosts, Jesus. In that one.
I think Ye's his worst one.
Yeah, Yay,
Yeah, it's
Kids See
definitely his
Ghosts,
worst one.
Jesus. That's mine. I'm not including this album.
I really liked it. I love Jesus.
I'm not going to dash that in the bin.
Jesus was
I remember
okay.
I remember I downloaded that and then I deleted it and empty recycle bin.
Yeah, but that was more for the music.
You know what? It's the empty recycle bin. I had to right click empty recycle bin, bro.
You got to click as well.
Because you remember back then we used to
got empty,
download,
innit?
because back then we used to
Yeah.
download albums from. I remember I legit.
Yeah, it makes a sound as well.
Fam.
Then was there? Yeah,
remember
it's like a compressor, isn't it?
I remember I think J. Cole had that album come out the same week.
No, don't ever compress Kanye West, bro.
Bro, that album was
That's
trash.
disrespectful,
Jesus was trash,
That's
bro.
disrespectful.
Like, can you imagine if I told you someone has these 3 albums, his first 4 albums, first 4, and then that's what he comes out with after.
Yeah, I mean, look,
You know what? I don't mean to cut you off. You know who I compare it to? Arsenal Invincibles.
you had to get an Arsenal reference
No,
in there.
I compare it. We went unbeaten. No, sorry, we won a couple of league titles.
15
Went
years ago.
unbeaten. And what have we done since?
Boy.
Yeah, that's Kanye West for
Won
you.
a few FA Cups.
But that's if he's had a couple hits.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I found it really interesting when he said to Big Boy that he's not going to perform any of his own stuff anymore.
Is he not?
He said he's not going to perform any of his own stuff anymore. If the beat comes on, he'll just rap religious over it.
Yeah, keep it all.
Nah, I'll definitely.
Do you think he'll stick to it?
No.
I think he would, you know. He's that kind of. I think he would.
I don't think he will.
Can you imagine if All Falls Down comes on and he doesn't rap over All Falls Down?
Man, I promise. God is so conscious.
I'll throw my shoe at his head, bro.
Not serious, bro.
I'll throw my shoe at his
That's
head.
hard though, isn't it?
Wasn't it?
I'll throw my shoe at his head, bro. I swear, fam. If I come out to All Falls Down, yeah.
She said she wants some Kirk Franklin, some TD Jakes, a little,
That's it, Lecrae.
yeah, a little Lecrae. Oh, yuck.
Yuck. That's nasty.
No. Shout out to Kanye, man. I'm checked out, man. Of
It's-
him as a
it's-
I
person.
just want him to go sit down somewhere and just get the help.
I need
he
him to
needs,
sit down
man.
with Mr.
Don't
Mr.
work on
Farrakhan.
anything. Just get right within. I feel like he just got a lot of stuff
That's what-
within that he
yeah.
needs to
How
deal
much
with.
you
man.
reckon, like, the Kardashians are to do with it?
I don't know, man.
I feel like Kris Jenner's the devil.
I didn't ask that. I asked you how much the Kardashians are like, to do
sorry.
with it. Because obviously, like,
What you need to do with like his political views and stuff.
Yeah, the Kardashian curse is very much a thing.
Bruv,
Shout out Lamar Odom.
Yo, Chris Humphries was at the league after a year he married Fig, fam.
Shout out
Chris
Lamar
Humphrey-
Odom.
Chris
Crackhead.
Humphries was 7'8", fam.
I'll never forget Stephen A. Smith saying,
And
yo,
he talked crack.
shout out Stephen A. Smith.
Yo,
But
I said Phil Jackson picked up Lamar Odom.
who was on crack? He said it not once but twice. But no, like
Lamar Odom
it's
really
very
took
much a real
crack.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It's very much a real thing. Like since he's been with Kim Kardashian for like what 7 years, he hasn't been the same since. You know what I'm saying?
Tiger just started making hits when he left Kylie Jenner.
Travis Scott, like he's probably like transcended them because he was able to make an amazing album last year, and even after he's dropped like a dope single.
Yeah, but then
So
he's
winning.
not with her anymore, so maybe that's why.
This is it.
Well, Tiger definitely came out when he left the Kardashians, boy.
Yeah, 100%. Do. Anyway,
Come on.
But yeah, man, I feel like it's a mad one, man, because
Yeah, man.
Kanye clearly needs help. We've said this. I feel like fans place too much of an expectation on a man who never really proclaimed to be our fucking savior or the man of the people. Although he's always said, "Oh yeah, I was the guy."
Wait, hold on to interrupt you. He kind of did
When?
numerous times.
Give me an
I'm
example.
this. I'm the Walt Disney. I'm the Tupac of
That's
this.
not-
Was it?
No,
Was it a Zane Lowe?
I'm this.
Was it a Zane
I'm
I'm not gonna
that.
say. I'm not gonna say
Was it the
that
Zane Lowe
means he's of the
interview?
people.
Was it the Zane Lowe interview when he's like, I just told you who I think I am.
But is that for us though, or is that for like the wider audience?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
I'm talking
I feel
about
like
the black
Kanye has
I feel
always kind of like spoken as though
Nah,
he's representing. You know,
I agree with Yemi, bruv. We
the type of people.
I just think fans, we need to account for a lot. We look at ourselves in the mirror and really be like, yo, like we've placed him on a pedestal, man. I feel like obviously he's rapped about what he's rapped about. I understand that, but even listening to the stuff he's listened to, and you go to him now, of course, to any fan, whether you're pro Kanye or anti Kanye, it's a massive shift. It's a massive shift. He's not the same person. He's gone from like obviously crack music to now like he was talking about new slaves, fashion industry, all that shit. Like his priorities have changed as he's gotten richer, as he's seen more things, as he's married into the Kardashians. We can't keep putting the same 05 expectations on a man who has clearly changed, and we know he's changed. You know what I'm saying? We all want the old Kanye back, but that's long gone. So we need to stop putting so much weight onto someone who has changed so much. And I understand why we do, because we love his music and we're always going to wait for that new Kanye drop, all that stuff. But
I agree.
I think we also, sorry to cut you off, also like, you know, understand that, like, as humans, man, we have many different faces. There are many different. We're like extremely like multifaceted as well, and that's okay. You don't have to like every side of me. You don't have to agree with every side of me, but don't judge me solely on this side that you don't like, because there are many different sides as well that you probably do like.
I completely agree, and that's exactly what Kanye was trying to say to Big Boy. Like, you, man, place me, and that's why he mentioned the George Bush thing so much, because people took that and rolled with it, and they're not able to get that out of their heads. But that's not the same person. 05 Kanye was still fresh from everybody saying he should just stick to producing. He's already dropped 2 classic albums. Like, he's proving his worth, and he latched onto an audience that really kind of sympathized with him, recognized in him that, you know, there was a real change going on in hip hop. There's that, the remnants of that are long gone. But
what hopes do you have like for the future with Kanye?
I hope he finds inner peace, man. I really hope. If finding God is gonna do that, then by all means, I support that. Like, he's given me enough amazing work for me to be like, okay, I'll take a couple duds here and there, and that's fine as long as you're good, as long as you're well. I think he's probably still gonna be on this God wave for a bit. I don't know if it's gonna last. He might make up one day and be like, yo, nah, let me go back to
being a heathen.
So you're such a fucking hoe, I love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's mad, because in the midst of all this, he dropped that song. That's number one single, and he's already discarded it.
But I'm wrong if I say he's lying about it. Okay.
Fuck Lil Pump though. So
I agree with you though. I feel like we look at musicians and place them on a pedestal that they don't deserve. Malcolm X had a great quote.
It's tricky, man.
There's always time for a Malcolm X quote. But I don't remember the exact quote, but it was along the lines of when you look at us, we place musicians, actors, actresses, places that they don't deserve. Like he said, we should be looking at, when it's white people, they've got politicians, people that deserve to be presidents, people that deserve to be looked at, whereas we look at musicians, athletes. We're not looking at the right people. Anyway, I don't know the exact
I agree.
quote, so there's a ballpark figure.
I agree. In an ideal world, we would look at someone like a David Lammy or like a Chuka Amuna.
No, we're not looking at David.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm not hearing you out.
Can you hear me out?
Yeah, but we're not looking at
I'm
David
saying
Lammy.
no.
We're not looking at David Lammy.
Diane Abbott.
Cool.
I'm thinking about
Not David
black
Lammy.
MPs. I'm thinking about black
Don't
MPs.
take David Lammy out of it.
She aired my email one time actually.
Not David Lammy. That's what I'm saying, fam.
What I'm trying to say is,
Fuck David Lammy. Sorry, guys. I feel fake.
Express yourself.
audience,
King.
in case you don't know, David Lammy is the MP for Tottenham, which is
Fuck David
Tottenham,
Lammy.
which is where Mo was from. I don't know if you know that.
I met this guy in the kebab shop to have a conversation with me, and
This is not a political podcast.
Fuck
What I'm
you,
trying to
man.
say is, what I'm trying to say is, we should be placing that sort of role model stuff
Facts.
on people who are actually around us that we can see and we can talk to that uplift us. Kanye, over some incredible beats, does the same thing, but he is just a musician.
Facts.
And he's just like a mogul. He's just a fashion designer. He's just all these other things. Let's be real, like, he's not going to change the world. Politicians are going to change the world. Really?
I agree with you. You know, dude.
He'll change the world with his music in the sense of like, he'll gather a fan base and stuff, and people might think differently about things in life and shit, but
Nothing that affects us.
I just hope he gets to a point where he's not seeking validation. And I'm hoping, like, you know, him kind of investing in, you know, getting close to God will do that for him as well. I find that, like, he's always seeking validation somewhere, whether it's, you know, in the fashion thing or whatever. Even on this album, and it felt as though he was trying to seek validation from, you know, fellow Christians. He had a couple bars where he was like, you know, I guess a bit disgruntled at the fact that he was getting a bit of criticism from some Christians and they're not kind of accepting him or whatever. So I just hope he gets to the point where he finds inner peace and he doesn't continue seeking validation.
It'll come off more genuine at that point.
The one thing about Kanye is he's always going to be contrived. Everything about him is contrived. Like, from him announcing an album, delaying it, and then when it's time to come out, oh, I'm still working on it, still getting the final mixes in. From the Zane Lowe interviews to the Big Boy interviews to the Breakfast Club interviews, everything is so contrived with him. He's so animated and, I don't even want to say angry, but he's very, very animated about everything. So I do hope that he's able to quell that a bit, and It's hard, man. It's hard. I really don't know what's in his future because he switches up every time. Every time. Like, no album is the same. So his life is never the same either. I just hope that he just finds the piece that he clearly needs. And he deserves, man. Like, he's given us enough stuff and he's been through enough shit, man. Like, from the car crash to his mum dying to everything, man. He's been through so much. Like, all I want is the best for him. Like, at the end of it, like, that's like someone who, he's on my Mount Rushmore of like artists. So I just, it pains me to see him in this way and not really believe in anything that he's doing or saying. But I just hope in future he's able to like really like break down what he's trying to say properly and just find the piece that he needs.
Is cancel culture real?
No.
Good talk.
It's not. And people who say people are cancelled can fuck right off because we're still giving these people money. We're still going to shows. We're still talking about them. No. Like, there are constant examples of, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Cancel culture might be real to some people, but to the wider audience, probably not. That's why someone like Travis Scott, who said, more or less said that Mike Brown deserved to die, can then, I'm at his concert and enjoying his music.
Yeah.
That's why someone like 6ix9ine, when he eventually comes out, is going to be able to make music. He's not cancelled.
He's definitely not cancelled because Hamza listened to him.
Kanye, and even Kanye made a good point when he said to Big Boy, like, I've been cancelled. Like, you cancelled me before cancel culture.
That's a fact.
Taylor Swift, this, that, and the other. Guess what? I'm still here. That don't mean shit. Cancel culture is just a thing that people have clung on to make themselves feel better about not listening to an artist.
It's only worked.
No one else does.
It's only worked once.
Who did it work with?
R. Kelly. It definitely worked with R.
We're
Kelly.
going to stop mentioning R. Kelly.
No, I'm just saying, generally, that's the only person I think it's ever worked with.
Has it even really worked?
Yeah, R. Kelly's
No,
done these streets.
Because after surviving
hasn't.
R. Kelly, his streams went up.
But I think that's
Yeah.
I think
For
that's
Spotify,
part.
yeah.
But I think that's part. We're not talking about R. Kelly, but I think that's part. I think that's part people wanting to hear the references to his smutty behavior,
Because he mentions the Leo.
but also genuine fans. All right, so it's part. It's all tricky, man. It's all tricky.
I stand corrected.
It's all
I
tricky.
thought it genuinely worked. But cancel culture is a myth, man. Because as much as I criticize Kanye West now and everything, I'm not.
And let's
I don't
be
stand
real.
for him, but if he drops a
I'll be real.
another graduation
He hasn't
tomorrow,
done
I'll be real though, man. His music sounds different to me.
it doesn't sound
Or
the same.
even like college dropout.
Yeah, it
like,
don't sound the same, man. I can't lie. And maybe that speaks more to me. Maybe it speaks more to where I've placed him. But
You know what it is?
it sounds hella
Wait,
different.
his new music.
But we don't know.
all these music.
We don't know, but we don't know. I know, I definitely don't know for sure who the real Kanye is because he's changed so much. So we don't even know if the Kanye of 04 to like 08, 07, 08 is even the real Kanye. We don't know.
No, I won't say that. I think he's all of these people.
Yeah.
All of these people wrapped in one. These are different versions of
Can
him.
you have this many?
Yeah, bro. Like,
Personalities in the
people
space of 10 years.
as humans, we're like very complex.
Yeah, you can
very
change,
complex.
you can develop.
Yeah,
you can
but
grow.
like he's changed 4 times in the last 4 years.
Bro, we're complex, man. We continue to grow as we get
I
older.
agree with
we
you.
take new things in, new experiences.
I genuinely
agree
believe.
with you. I'm just saying, he goes to these last 4 years. He's gone to the extreme of everything.
No, you know what it is though?
Religion, bipolar, Walt Disney.
But then, how much of this is related to him being bipolar?
That's what I'm saying. So like, okay, when you say,
You know what I'm saying? So there are obviously mental, issues there too, and how much of all of this
plays a factor into it.
is a result of that as well. We got to bear that in mind.
Yeah.
But if we're just talking about the artistry, yeah, we know what it is with Kanye, man. Like he's one of the best. He's one of the greatest. We'll never count him out artistically, but just morally, he just got to get some things straight.
100%. And even if he doesn't, he's still going to be on the TO when an album is coming. He's still going to be on the TO when he's tweeting. He's still going to gather so much attention because of who he is. Like he can drop his next 10 albums, if he even drops 10 albums, can be doo-doo. We're still going to be expecting the next Kanye drop because that's how much he's done to us. And as much as fans want to cancel him or say he's changed or he's like, fuck him, this, that, and the other, we're still, some of us anyway, I'm not going to say all of us, we're still going to be clamoring for whatever he has to say or do next.
I've got a question for you guys. It's a yes or no before we move on. Do you think Kanye will ever drop another classic? Yes or no?
Probably not, but I think he'll still drop good albums.
Big man said yes or no.
Probably not, but I can't just answer that with yes or no.
Fair enough. Yeah, but can you do a better job just saying yes or no?
Yes. And the reason why I say yes is because if he just locks himself in the studio, let's say he does the same thing he did with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, locks himself in the studio with every legend, maybe not that, but I reckon maybe to like, for me, he's got 4 classics.
Same.
So I think he definitely has that. He definitely has that in him, 100%. Because the musical genius in him is never going to go away. Yeah. I learned that with this album. It's never going to go away. Because there are moments of pure like, this is amazing on the album.
Which moments?
He's still stuttering.
The choir sequences.
That's intentional.
The choir sequences throughout. Water. I mean, I love Follow God. You might not call it genius, but I love that.
The choir sequence was amazing, by the way.
Most of them were. I think, like even if it's not like musically techie and musically like sophisticated, like
it's just the little stuff.
You know what I'm saying? He perfects some of the little stuff that releases something in you.
Fine.
You know what I'm saying?
I low-key like it when he sings too.
I'm getting used to it. I'm used to it. I'm 100% used to it. But I definitely feel like if he locks himself away and he gives himself more than 27 minutes to make a project, because even Ye was, and Kids See Ghosts, they was having tracks that probably weren't even longer than half an hour. So if he gives himself maybe like 40, 50 minutes, I think so. And he's focused. Because even if the lyricism was bad on Jesus is King, he sounded a bit more focused because of the subject matter. I feel like if he's got the same focus on a topic that he's really fleshed out and passionate about, yeah.
But even on the subject matter, I would have liked for him to maybe speak more to how he got here. I think a lot of it was just praise God, Jesus this, Jesus that. But how did you get here? I was looking for more of that in the story. In the lyrical content. Yeah. Like, talk to me about what you've dealt with that has brought you to this point. And I feel like that's where the album was a bit bland for me. It was a bit repetitive in that respect as well.
Yeah, 100%.
But no, I like the fact that, he's praising the Most High. So,
Fair enough. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens with Kanye.
Salute to him, man. Just whatever.
I hope, like, we're all human at the end of the day. Like, even if someone does something that we don't agree with, we wish them the best. And especially someone who's given us so much over the past 15 years. So I wish him the best. I hope he finds what he's looking for. And I'm still going to be waiting for any album he puts out.
You're still rooting for him, man.
100%, man. Let's move on to the next topic.
Nigga. Sorry.
That's a great segue.
Yo, keep that in, please.
That's a great segue. It's a great segue. So we're gonna talk. We want to talk about the word, nigger, the N word.
Why say with the ER, fam?
The nigger, hard R. Yeah, man. Obviously, it's a word with a lot of history. A lot of people, black people use it obviously because we've quote unquote reclaimed it, and people from other races think that it's okay to say, namely the Hispanic communities. And the white people when they're feeling frisky.
You say feeling frisky?
When they're feeling frisky. Or when they just don't know any better. So I guess like...
Basically, I was having a conversation with me and obviously Chris, who's been on the podcast before, and me, I was just having a conversation.
This man's topic, but you don't want to talk about it.
Can you imagine?
Can I talk, guys?
Go ahead.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm very attacked on this podcast and I feel like people hear that as well.
Talk, man.
Why does that need to see what I'm saying? So it was me, Chris, and we were just having a discussion very recently about non-black people, because basically I think it was just to Fat Joe, someone was rapping in the background and we started talking about non-black people's usage of the N-word
in hip-hop
and white people rapping along. So obviously it was 2 different conversations, but I feel like we could join it into one about how we personally feel about non-black people's usage in hip-hop. Start with that anyway, we'll get into white people rapping along after, but non-black people's usage of the N-word in hip-hop. So whether it's, because say someone like 6ix9ine, for example, 6ix9ine uses the N-word more than any black person I've heard from. Like it's literally that's his favorite. That's what he rhymes along with everything. So do we feel away when he says it? Do we feel away when Fat Joe says it? I remember J-Lo got slack for saying it one day, and she literally just said one. She just said it in one.
The Ja Rule song.
Yeah, which is that in I'm Real. And I remember she got proper slack for saying the N-word, but it's like Fat Joe, who comes from the same ends, use it left, right, and center.
Yeah,
and big pun. So like. Do you guys feel away when these men use it?
I feel away when any non-black person uses the word in hip-hop or outside of hip-hop, man. I kind of feel a bit funny about, black people using it as well. I've been guilty of using the word for sure when I was younger. But I don't know, man, it's a word that I guess they've attempted to, change the meaning of. And, I think black people have attempted to take it back and, kind of reacquire it as our own. That word is that word. But I don't know. It's just a word that means what it means. I guess I can appreciate the fact that, you know, there has been an attempt to, you know, make it mean something else, which is why, you know, a lot of black people do now use it. But that word is always going to be that word, really. It's a bit of a tough one because, like, if we put it in our music, is it fair for us to expect fans that aren't black to not sing along?
First and foremost, no one should say the N-word.
Black people included?
Yes.
Okay.
Because...
So you're just against the word period?
Yeah, because I don't know how many people know this, but the actual definition of nigger is dead man. That's what people, slave owners, would call us. So really, no one should fucking should use it, myself included. And I know I've used it on this podcast a few times and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm working on it, guys. I'm working. But yeah, no one should say it, especially non-black people. I mean, I suppose we can give, if we really want to say it, people want to say it, if it's going to exist, then black people should be given that allowance because it was used against us so much. Even if it's like very like counterproductive to use it to other black people, if it's going to exist, it should at least exist within us. Outside of the black race, nah, G, we'll fight.
So it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter who you was raised up with.
No.
So say Fat Joe, for example, who was only raised up around black people. Maybe.
No.
Where's he from, though?
He's from the box. I doubt he was. But I'm just
He's
saying.
from Puerto Rico, no?
Yeah.
Being raised around black people doesn't make it okay for you.
I'm just asking.
No, I feel you. Yeah. But being around black people, and there's loads of different examples of that. Being around them doesn't mean you then have the freedom to say it. Because guess what? Once you leave that neighborhood, or once you leave that hood,
you won't say it in front of.
You're not going to say it around other people that you don't know. You don't know how they're going to react.
But Fat Joe does.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Fat Joe does, though.
Situation.
Correct me if I'm wrong. My history might be a little bit tainted, or just completely wrong. And like, whoever's listening, feel free to like comment and like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong as well. But like, I'm pretty sure there is black people in Puerto Rico. Puerto Ricans are black. If I'm not mistaken. I think during the slave trade, there were people you were taken and dumped on multiple different islands, Puerto Rico being one of them. So as far as I'm aware, there are black people that are Puerto Rican. So I don't know if the criticism of Fat Joe is fair in that respect.
I thought it was Spanish, personally.
Puerto Rico's not a Spanish. I don't think it's a Spanish island.
Is he black?
It's Caribbean.
He's not black. He's playing that period.
Like,
niggas Spanish.
But it's similar to Brazil, though.
I mean, look, like I said, no one should say it, black or otherwise. So,
but if you're not sure,
I get. If you have been raised in that culture where people say it and stuff, you're gonna get like conditioned to think that that's okay, but it's not okay. Wherever you look at it.
But you also got to deep the facts that American culture is very different from British culture. So, you know, it's popular to use that word in the States. So someone like a Fat Joe, it will be looked at like it's okay for him to say it because of the fact, number one, he's Puerto Rican and the fact that he grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, which is the Bronx.
But even if...
So, you know, it's how we look at it as being Londoners is very different to how they look at it. That word is amongst the Afro-Caribbean people in America, they're cool using that word. Whereas because us man are a lot more like a bit more liberal here, like we probably not as much.
No, 100%. That's definitely a thing. That's definitely a thing. But I always wonder how we got to that. Some people got to that level of comfort, especially non-black people, where they feel like it's okay to say. Whether okay, fine. If it's their context, if it's like how they grew up, where they grew up, and all that stuff, that must make it okay. And with Americans, it does mean a lot more for them to say nigger because, again, it's their idea of reclaiming it because they were slaves and shit like that. But, like, no.
I don't think it's, I know I came up with the topic, but I don't think it's that hard. I think you hit it in the head. No. If you're not black, there's no mad science behind it. Chill.
Like,
why would you want to say, I don't get white people that want to say the word. That's my issue.
Because they want to be cool.
No, but why is there a need to say the word? Like,
yeah, but
it's jarring. Bro.
Are you talking about Hispanic people that use the word?
No,
or
I'm talking about
just general.
I'm talking about just generally. If you're not black, what's the urge for you now to say the word?
If you're
especially in London, by the way, in London there's no. I get America. in London, if you're not black, there's point blank period. There's no need for you to say the word.
Are you now speaking from the perspective of a musician or a fan?
As a fan,
As a fan,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. As a fan, yeah, nah, just no. But with singing along to songs, though,
it's still no.
do you not have to differentiate between just singing along and saying that word
No.
in an
I got
offensive
a question
way?
for you. I got a question for
I'm
you.
playing devil's
I got a
advocate.
question
No
for
way.
you. I got a question.
No way.
I got a
Hold on,
question.
hold on. Before you ask that question, let me speak to this.
Because non-black people, some of them anyway, can easily sing a song with the N-word in it and not sing it. So why is that hard for other people?
But do you think a lot of them see it as a problem?
No, 100%. I definitely think that.
But do you understand why they don't, though? Because in their head, they're just singing along to the song. The song has the word, so I'm just going to sing along.
I think it's part. A lot of people genuinely don't understand. But
A lot of the fuckers just want to use, they just want to use that word, though, innit?
The cynical person in me is thinking, yeah, I know this is wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway.
It's the sexiness. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yes, it's
like,
cool. It's-
but let me ask you a question.
Oh my God, I just
when
said the
you not
word.
listen to music, when you not listen to music, and say you're listening to, you know what, Peter can attest to this more than anyone else. You know when you listen to R&B,
Yes,
and say it's a female,
yes.
and she says he. How often do you replace that when you're singing along to he?
I don't.
Do you still say he?
I don't either. Yeah, I don't either.
So you don't replace that to she?
Nah.
No, not
just
at all.
checking, just checking.
A lot of man them do, though.
Yeah, I'm saying, do you just see how easy it is for, if we're all together, there's been times me and you are singing along and we replace the words to he. I mean to she.
But here's the thing.
My point is, do you see how easily we do that just on the fly? Can you tell me people can't do that with the N-word?
Exactly.
We do
But
that
they
on
don't
the
want
fly,
to. But they
bro.
don't want to.
Do we replace the word?
Bro, me and you've been together singing along.
Have I replaced the word?
Yes.
Have I?
And me and you be like, mothers.
Have I replaced the
Yes,
word?
bro, me and you've done it together.
What song?
It's been when we gone out and it's a song that's got the girl is saying he and then me and you replace it to she for bands. But we
Okay, for bands. All right, cool.
but
Yeah.
my point is, we've done it without thinking. It's that easy
fine,
for us to do.
fine.
So why can't it's
Especially
that
if you're
easy for
like-
white
That's
people-
not the same, though.
But especially if you're like a non-black person who knows the words to a song and knows when the N-word is coming, but you still do it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously a lot of different examples and different situations depending on the person, but you could 100%, if you wanted to, not say it.
You know when I found out white people can censor themselves around nigger? When I went to go see Jay-Z and Story of OJ came on. That's when I found out they can censor themselves. Because it was me and Omar. I'm 6'3", Omar 6'3". Ask me, did a white person around us say the N-word?
Were you watching?
What?
Were you looking?
You know me.
Were you looking out?
You know me. You know
No,
me.
I definitely would too.
You know me. You know me.
I still do.
Yeah, you know me. How often have me and you been out and it's like, cool.
That's true.
I can't help it. But my point is,
Audience, I can confirm this.
they've censored themselves around me and Omar. So clearly you can do it. It's not rocket science.
But also,
I know
like-
white people don't know lyrics the way we do because for some reason their mechanics work differently.
But it also depends
But, like-
on it also depends on how like advanced you are when it comes to those sort of things. When it comes to race relations, like, if you're a white liberal who likes rap music, you're probably not going to say it. If you're like, I don't know, if you're like Bubba Sparks, even though he's calm, but if you're like that way inclined, if you're like country trailer, I'm not going to say trash, but that way inclined, you might find it because it's like. That's all the shit you consume. That's all the shit you listen to and stuff. It's fine because
behind
you
the
don't
scenes-
understand. You don't understand the history. You don't understand like the techiness of saying it because you weren't raised in a certain era. You weren't raised a certain way. So it's very much like so grey as far as shades. Like you don't know someone's experience that's wanting them or not wanting them to say the word.
I mean, let's not be ignorant. White people say it behind the scenes.
Of
If you
course.
say it behind the scenes, you say it behind the scenes. I couldn't give a fuck.
You think all of them?
All of them.
You reckon?
All of them.
I don't know, man.
Well, every single one. We're having a white guest, we can ask him.
Actually, yeah.
We're having a white guest, we can ask him. That's my guy.
They
I'm
would
saying,
admit that.
Yo, they would. I don't think... I've asked the white person before in my shop. Like, yo, behind... Like, because I'm listening to music.
It
As I
depends.
do in my back office. I'm
Oh, while singing along to a song, they probably
Yeah,
have.
no, bruv. They're not going around talking to them up like, yo, man, what's going on?
No, sorry, you have to specify.
I'm
sorry.
saying, my
Yeah.
fault. I'm saying, when they're singing along, you're telling me white people behind the scenes, when they're just in their own Jack Jones, they just, let me behave.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like,
And
oh my
Chris-
God. Oh my God.
And Chris Rock had a
That's how they sound
famous
to me.
joke about that as well. He was like, "Yo, just like you can do it, just like get it right, innit?
Yeah, but
Like, don't go too far."
I remember he had a joke about they've got a time frame when to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, that's cool. But I feel like when you're like, just you should have common sense about the word, man. Just everyday usage, that's not even a question. Like, that's not, if you're a white person, that's not, to me, if you're not black, that's one word I'm trying to stop.
My problem is though, Hispanics especially are very comfortable saying it, and I don't know why.
So are Asians in London.
Really?
Yeah. with each other.
Which Asian?
Pakistani.
Okay.
They're very with each other. They're mad comfortable using the N-word. Trust me, bro.
I think
that's
probably just
I've had to tell Bear chill.
That's probably just a lack of education on the word.
No, but my point is that the same way maybe we look at Hispanics over there, Asians are over here.
Fine.
Do you see what I'm saying? To a certain, not like, do you know what I mean? So maybe when they use the word around, they will never use it around us because I've been at work where Bear have tried to use the word and I said circle. But I know around each other, they let that word fly.
So all right.
Maybe more than us.
All right, cool. So obviously we're putting this much scope on the fact that, you know, fans that are not black using the word shouldn't use the word. Do these artists then have a responsibility to not use the word as well?
No, because you live your truth.
So if they're living their truth and they're using these words, Fat Joe, Big Pun, whomever, do you not think there's gonna be a ripple effect on the fans not using the word too?
100%. I think.
You don't think so?
I mean, there is, but like when they talk about killing someone,
you don't think that's a wild expectation to have?
I think as sexy as non-black people will find it to say the word, I think black people and rappers find it just as sexy to say the word.
you think so?
100%. It just adds more oomph to the story. I killed a brother next to I killed a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get what it sounds more gory.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, I agree with you. I feel like there should be more responsibility on the rappers and the people who provide this content.
Would you want your rappers to stop saying it?
It doesn't make or break a verse.
No,
to me.
I'm asking the question. Would you guys? I think you might. You know, if J Cole ran around when J Cole said, yeah, half cracker but a nigga too. If he said half cracker but a brother too.
See?
No, I get it. Like,
do you know? Are you telling me you don't feel it?
No, I get it.
That word don't do nothing for me though. As far as like a rapper putting in his verse.
I feel you, but I don't know, man. Like I genuinely
I 100% get you. I feel like you probably lose some kind of oomph to it.
Yeah,
but I can live without it.
Same.
And it depends on how disposed you are. Like, we're obviously guys who have taken in all kinds of rap, minus nigger. Like, back in the day, man weren't saying nigger too much.
Yeah, but they'll say,
you know what I'm saying?
Clap your hands.
So? But they weren't saying nigger.
I'd rather take nigger to clap your hands, everybody.
Why?
You just wanted to say clap your hands, everybody.
Yeah, he did. He said it twice as well. Fool. Anyway, like, we obviously aren't the whole rap audience. If we represented the whole rap audience, then we wouldn't need nigger. Trust me.
I agree with that.
But people come from certain backgrounds and certain situations that probably the use of the N-word probably means more to them.
Do you think we're ever going to get in a time where a white rapper uses it?
And what survives?
Yeah.
Nah.
You think?
I mean, Eminem used it and apologized.
I'm saying, do you think they'll ever get a time where a rap rapper just confident? Say he came
in the UK or in America?
In the UK wouldn't.
He couldn't.
In the UK wouldn't survive.
He couldn't.
In the UK wouldn't survive.
He can't.
Like, I remember.
He can't.
But my point is, say in America, if he grew up in Harlem,
nope.
Do you think he could survive?
Nope.
Do any of you man remember Slim Jesus?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, the Chicago youth.
He never said nigger, but he talked about a life that he never led, where he was clapping guns and he was like, I think he might have been dope dealing and shit like that. People crucified him. So if a new white artist is gonna come out in 2019 and say the word nigger, he will not survive.
But you know Slim Jesus, right?
Yeah, you know Slim Jesus, but at the same time, it's because of the controversy around it.
I'm saying the only reason why I asked that is because 6ix9ine took everything off the table from me. Do you know what I'm saying?
In what sense?
Like, this guy was a good youth, and then look what he became. So like a white boy saying nigger in about, not saying anytime soon, but in the next 10 years.
Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise you.
It wouldn't shock me, bro. After 6ix9ine, nothing shocks me now, man. If I told you 10 years ago a rapper like 6ix9ine, you would have looked at me like I'm on drugs. If I broke down everything about Daniel Hernandez.
Oh, it's government.
No, I'm just saying, do you know what I mean though? You would have looked at me like, so like a white guy saying nigger in music in a few 10 years time.
I can't see.
With the Instagram now, like with the whole, you pop on Insta now, all of this shit. I saw 2 white girls fighting and fucking 6 black men were in the studio, fam. I think it was
Yeah, but a song
Catch Me Outside, yo. I'm just saying, hey, brothers are moving weird these days in the music industry.
I don't think the people.
You know what I mean?
I don't think the people around him would allow that. Because you got to remember, like, when you record a song, you got to go through so many clearances.
Where did you think
before it actually
6ix9ine was
goes
from
out.
when you first saw him?
Where did I think he was from?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Did you think it was white or did you think it was Mexican?
Oh, white.
And then when you heard the word nigger, what was you thinking?
There must be something more to this. And I googled him, and I saw the
Right, fair enough.
I saw the Hernandez.
So, you know
I was
why?
like, yo,
Because when I first saw him, I thought he was a white boy, and I heard the word nigga. I'm like, wait a minute. And then even then, it's like he's Mexican, and he's still. He used it, and he got away with it easy. So it's like,
I just have a big problem with Hispanics.
What's the difference?
I just have a big problem with Hispanics using it.
Yeah, but with 6ix9ine using the word and getting away with it, that probably also had to do with who he had behind him.
that's my point. I said brothers are moving weird. So if
But we
the
made
same,
it-
so if you give another team behind a white guy, and the white guy says it, then what?
Yeah, that's a good point.
We as black people probably made it a lot easier for these non-black people to say it
Definitely made it
Because
easy.
of how much we put it in our music.
because of how much we put in our music, but not even just the music, real life as well. Maybe not so much in the UK, but in the US, 100%.
We use it a lot here too, though. I realized.
Yeah,
Yeah, I use the word a lot. Well,
Yeah.
I used to. I'll chill down.
100%.
Where does that come from, though?
What?
You using the word a lot.
No, American influence. Nothing else to it. I'm not saying it's a good word because it's not. I'm just saying, yo, nigga could be using a lot of variants, fam. Like it could be used. Yo, that one word. Yo, you can use that word.
I suppose, but
amazingly. fam.
but the overarching tone of it is negative, no matter how you use it.
No, I can say right now you bang. Say you pull a baddie, like just say you get the buffers going on. Like, yo, my nigga.
Yeah, but if we're going, fine. But if we're going back to the history of it,
Oh no, I get what you're saying. I
not.
get what you're saying. But I'm just saying, I feel like
people think that just because we've replaced the ER with an A, it's okay. No, it's not.
I don't agree with that
I agree
either.
with you. I've tried to stop saying it anyway as much as I was saying it before. But I feel like
So,
I wouldn't be shocked if
I want to say nigga around you, man.
Yeah.
You bring it out on me.
Do I
So
say
it's Mohammed's fault.
Fucking niggers.
do I say it a lot?
Huh?
Do I say it a lot?
Yeah, you do. Man.
Yes,
lot.
100%.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah,
A
you
lot,
do.
fam.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I've known you for 3 years. You probably
Yeah,
say
you do,
that
bro.
a lot more than any of my black friends.
I don't know why that
You use it the most out of anyone I know.
Because you're from Tottenham, innit?
It's because I'm from Tottenham, man.
You reckon?
Yeah, so go to Tottenham right now, man. It's show and nigga, bro. That's all we know.
Fucking niggers.
But like back to my rap, fam. Fuck me, fam. But
You are, fam.
yeah, man. I don't know. Like,
Peter with picky head, fam.
yo, we're going clear racism now, fam. I said you
Yo, do you
can't
want to
pick
fight,
it.
bro?
I said pick your hair, fam. And you know he started picking it.
Oh,
No, but legit, I agree, man. We're in a weird space right now where a lot of racists are trying to use the word without, like, just relax, man. It's not that. It's not science. Just be easy, man. Honestly,
don't use it.
Yeah, just relax.
I think
Fat Joe, stop using it.
if we stop using it as
Pause.
much,
Fat Joe, stop using the N word and any other Hispanic person.
Can I just say, yeah, there's one person that uses the N word a lot, and even though he's mixed race, yeah, I feel a little weird about it, fam. And that's Logic.
Logic.
But I don't know why.
That's because he looks more white
Logic
than
is
anything.
white though, man.
He looks more white than
You
anything.
know what I mean?
But the mad thing is, his dad is black.
Like, no, because I've got a lot of mixed race friends, a lot, and they use the word. It's calm. Chris uses the word. That's my nigga, bruv. But like, there's a like,
He looks white though.
That's my point. Logic looks white, so it's like,
And
and then he's dorky. You gotta be kind of cool to use that.
Let's just all avoid that word. How about that?
in an ideal world.
In an ideal world. I'm very
We
idealistic
know it's not.
sometimes.
Gonna, we know it's not going to happen.
But my major
And-
issue is with Asians in the UK that use the word.
And here's the thing:
yo,
like,
shut the fuck
once
up.
you're conditioned to do something, it's kind of it's hard to uncondition you. You got to willingly want to unlearn that shit. You got to learn. You got to want to know why that's bad to say. You got to want to stop saying that. A lot of these men don't want to do that for whatever reason. Whether that means like credibility, reputation, you know, the sake of having a good time and stuff like that. So even us, like sometimes we're in the club, we'll say nigga just because it adds to the oomph of the night. You know what I'm saying? So it's very situational, the use of the word. But what needs to be drilled into people a lot more is the fact that this shit is not situational.
You're right.
There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of subjugation. There's a lot of fucking everything in that word that people just do not understand, and they will not understand unless they like really dig deep.
No, facts.
Like people just really need to do their homework on it. Like I'm saying this like it's gonna happen, but I know it's not.
No. That word will never cease.
Yeah.
And then let's just be honest, that word will never cease.
And I'm probably a hypocrite. I'd call myself a hypocrite because sometimes it's cool to say it, fam. Sometimes sometimes why Mo was smiling at me crazy.
Yeah,
The gums are on show.
You know
Hella
why?
cheesing.
You know why? Because I remember one time. I'm not gonna say it on the podcast.
Oh boy. No, go ahead.
But there was one time, where I don't know if this was like years ago. Me and Yemi, I don't know if you remember. Me and you were chilling at Concrete, and then we used the N word, and the girls just looked at us like, "What the fuck?" And that's the first time.
But the girl's black?
No, white, bruv. And they just looked at it like, "Oh my god,
I've changed, guys.
Like
I've changed.
generally, like we will just be talking.
And there are still quite a
Bruh.
lot of white people that are still quite taken aback when that word is used.
White people are still like,
Yeah.
white people still look at the N word like, which is a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
They still look at the word like, oh my God.
Yeah, some of them, yeah, for sure.
Like, do you know how many times I've been around and it's me and my peoples, and that's when I realized we use the word a lot, because I was like,
also, you gotta remember there are a lot of people who have never been exposed to that word. So when they hear it, it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, of course, man. Look, we've always got to take people as they are.
Didn't we have an incident in New York
Did we?
where we was walking and some white guy was like, oh, I hate the N word.
Oh yes, it was outside Kingfolk. Shout out to Kingfolk.
No, there was one Kingfolk where he was like, you Molianos. But you remember at the train station, it was me, you, Omar, and there was some white guy and we was talking, and one guy was just like, and it was just the white guy was like, oh, I hate the N word. And then me and and then me and you were like, yo, fuck this guy. We just walked away.
Oh, we thought he was overcompensating.
Yeah, and
we need to stop that too, though.
What?
Anytime a white person sides with us and says, "Yo, I hate that word," we need to not.
Sometimes they overcompensate.
We probably should.
No, sometimes they overcompensate.
Stop the questioning.
Sometimes they overcompensate. Oh my God.
What do you mean overcompensate?
Like, you know when they're like, oh my God, that word is so ugly, man.
They just repeat it and they
every
go
time I
on
hear that
and
word, I want to cry. Like, yo, shut the fuck up, man.
Like in an ideal world, you'd say, "Oh yeah, that's not cool." We might have a little conversation about it if we initiate it,
and then you move on,
and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep repeating. Oh yeah, it's a shit word. Like, why do people feel the need to use it? I feel you and I support it, but at the same time, if you keep saying it,
it's our conversation.
If it's like half an hour later and you're still saying the shit, I'm like, fam,
you're overcompensating. Oh my God,
was he intoxicated then anyway?
Nah, I don't think he was.
I don't think he was, man. He was with his girl.
It was
like,
at the station,
it was
bro.
cool,
It was early, bro. Because we only caught trains. Like we didn't really catch trains too late. You remember? We were more trying to Uber it. So bruv, like, you know them. Oh my God, that word is so ugly. Take it out of the dictionary.
Is it in the dictionary?
No, but that's how white men sound to me.
Nigga being in the dictionary is wild.
That's crazy, isn't it?
What would the definition be?
Dead man.
I genuinely did not. By the way,
flashy black person.
By the way, I did not know that. Like, I didn't know he meant dead man.
I thought he meant slave.
That's what I thought he meant.
Yeah, dead man.
That's fucking wild, man.
It originates from the river Niger. Just add another G, and it means dead man. Yeah.
Yeah, I found out recently what.
And it makes sense if you consider the Middle Passage.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know what I mean? People who would be slaves that didn't make the journey will get flown into the river.
Fucking wild.
Into the sea. White people, black people, Hispanic people,
Asians,
every other people.
Especially Asians.
People,
stop using the N word. It will make life a lot easier for black people. It'll make you're laughing, bro.
Can I just end it?
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
No. I wasn't finished. It'll make life a lot easier for like all people, man. Because it means that we're not in awkward situations where you're having to defend yourself saying the N word. And you know, from a mob of like 50 N words, wanted to beat you up.
And in the great words of Trinidad James,
oh boy,
you look at me like that. In the great words of Trinidad James.
Before you say that, no one ever said, in the great words of Trinidad James.
Ever.
What I want to say, in the great words of Trinidad James, don't believe me, just watch nigga.
And on that note, we're going to move on to... we're going to move on, man. So we're going to...
Oh.
Peter still got to pick your head though. Anyway, we're going to move on to the...
Nigga, relax.
See this black on black violence. Anyway, we're having fun today, innit?
Yo, this guy said nigga, relax.
Everyone's steady today, innit? So we're going to move on. We're going to finish today's episode with another review. And this review is coming from the UK.
What part of UK?
Mo, can you let me finish?
What part of UK?
Mohammed, can you let me finish?
What part of UK?
Mohammed, can you let me finish?
Okay.
Okay, audience, if you are a long time listener of this show, you'll kind of know what we're getting at. So basically...
You're dilly-dallying, buff guy. You're dilly-dallying.
Can I finish the intro?
Cool.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, fam.
Shut up. No, don't do it. No, fuck off. Anyway, so one of the urban scenes legends dropped an album recently. One of the urban scenes legends. I hate the word urban as well.
We're skipping what part of UK?
Huh?
We're skipping what part of UK?
Cool.
All right, cool.
Anyway, so yeah.
November 17 to November 15.
Fam, can I... Thank you. So yeah, the one and only Wretch 3-2 dropped his new album, Upon Reflection, recently. It is his fifth studio album, something like that.
Yeah,
I need to fact check that. But
I thought it was his fourth. But
I think it's his fourth.
Fourth. Okay, his fourth, which is a lot, man. He's been around for ages. He's only dropped 4 studio albums.
Yeah,
fair enough.
No, it's his fifth. You're right. It's his
but
fifth.
to be fair, like
it's his fifth.
To be fair, Skepta's only dropped
mixtapes
like
as well.
5 and shit. Yeah. Yeah, but obviously there's a distinction between mixtape and studio album and shit. Studio album means more.
Yeah, he had 4 studio albums.
Shout out Section 80. But anyway,
shout out to Section 80.
Obviously he dropped Upon Reflection. And yeah, man, it's It's a big one. It's definitely something that came, I thought, well, for me anyway, it came out of the blue because in amongst all of the hype around Kano and his album drop, Wretch then released a song called Mummy's Boy, which was a prelude to the album. I believe it's 12 or 13 tracks. I need to get my facts right, to be honest. But yeah, man, it's dropped and it's here.
Let's get into it.
Guys, what do we think?
You got to let Mo start this one, man.
Mohammed.
He's itching.
Mohammed,
He's itching like a nitty right now. Look at the way he's shaking. Look.
Yo, my nigga.
For those that don't know, a nitty means a drug addict.
Yo, my nigga, relax.
Mohammed, as the Wretch correspondent.
Cool.
No, hang on. Let me properly intro you.
Sorry.
Wretch Mohammed as the Wretch correspondent, as the Tottenham correspondent,
cool.
As the N15, N17 correspondent,
yes,
as the North London correspondent,
don't know,
as the everything when it comes to Tottenham. North of the River correspondent.
Yes, sir.
What were your thoughts on Wretch 3-2's?
Now,
Jermaine Scott
Sinclair.
Jermaine Sinclair.
Yes.
My bad.
No, Jermaine Scott Sinclair. You had it right.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
Don't know.
Scott Sinclair.
Scott Sinclair.
Mad. Shout out Scott Sinclair.
Shout out Fonzie.
No, shout out Scott Sinclair.
Yeah.
What did you think of Jermaine Scott Sinclair, Wretch 3-2? Does he have any other names?
No, he doesn't. He has
okay.
Wretch 3-2.
What did you think of Upon Reflection, my guy?
Now, as a fan, can I just say thank you very much for this album, sir. I don't know if you've ever thanked someone for dropping their album, but I want to thank Wretch 3-2. I don't know why Peter's laughing. I'm trying to give an honest review here.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, go on.
Thank you. So, can I just say thank you for representing Tottenham? You done a great job. Now, this album, personally for me, it's epic. Believe it or not, I feel like this album wasn't great. Yo, can you tell your brother relax?
Yeah, sorry, man.
I'm trying to give an honest review.
Sorry, man.
Nah, banter aside, yeah, I genuinely fucked with this album. I know you man are gonna think I'm biased. I'm not. I feel like he started off amazing. I feel like Winning was a dope track to start off with.
Yep.
I feel like it was a fucking beast of a track. And then he gave me what I wanted because the bars were there. I listened to it 3 times and still caught some bars back. So he started off sick, and obviously Mummy's Boy was what Mummy's Boy was. Visiting Hours was sick as well. I really fuck with that song, like just as an all-around track. I'm not gonna go one by one, but I feel like the first 3 tracks set the tone of that album. So, and then obviously I heard Spin Around already, but do you know what's crazy? The first time I heard Spin Around, I didn't even know it was a Wretch song. I thought it was Wretch featuring someone else. I thought it was someone featuring Wretch. Then I heard it on the album, like, wait a minute, yo, this song's fucking dope. Like for that to be your commercial song is a great pick. Because I feel like what Wretch sometimes done wrong in the past was I never fucked with these commercial songs. As crazy as it sounds, I never liked the example track. I never liked the tractor song. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he used to try extra hard with the commercial songs, and he used to come. It was like the J. Cole effect, not even banner aside, but like the workout, I feel like it was corny. Do you know what I mean? I never really, it was outside his comfort level. Then he had the other song. Do you remember Tottenham going, why would you have it? Yeah, that song, something like, all right, he started to.
I didn't like that. I like that one.
No, that's what I'm saying. I liked it as well. And I felt like that's when it started to connect what the commercial songs fit with him. And I feel like Spin Around, he mastered it. Just on a personal level, I really fuck with the album. Yeah, man, I genuinely can't. I don't have a. It's gonna sound wild because you might not think I'm biased, but I don't have a bad thing to say about the album. I really fuck with it. I fuck with it more than someone else's album. I'm gonna let you guys do your reviews before I tell you whose album I fuck with it more than. I personally feel like it's better than his album.
We know who you're talking about.
And I'm not even bantering. I genuinely, and I feel like.
I mean, say names.
Say his name.
Say names. You're tough.
Sully.
I don't watch Top Boy, but
I don't know if you guys saw what Charlamagne said. Kept the Conan, Kano, but Kano's album.
Okay.
I genuinely feel like it's better than Kano's album because.
But why has it got to be better though? Why can't you separate the two? Why are you comparing them?
You're right. I feel like it's better than Kano's.
That's what we do as rap fans.
Yeah, like that's what you remember the conversation we had. Why do we always go head to head? That's what we do here, bro. Right, this is our job.
All right, sorry,
this is our podcast, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. So, because you know why I say that. Ask me how many times I've gone back to Kano's album.
How many times have you gone back to Kano's album?
Now ask me how many times I've gone back to Wretch's album.
How many?
32 times. You see what I've done there?
What's wrong with this guy?
Yo, fuck Mohammed, bro.
Nah,
as a staff record label, as a motherfucking
Nah, genuinely, like, yo, I really fuck with this album. Like, I genuinely fuck with this album. And you know what's mad? I didn't fuck with Wretch's last album. And I said that.
Yeah,
3-2?
Yeah. And I didn't fuck with Young Fire Old Flame. You know the one with him and Avellino?
I haven't heard that one.
You didn't fuck with that?
Nah, not really. And I fuck with Avellino, but I didn't. This just proves my point. I've never liked Wretch's albums like that.
Avellino's verse on the last song was hard, though.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
On this new album.
I've never been a massive fan of Wretch's albums.
What retrospective?
Yeah, I like that one. I fucked with Retrospective.
You didn't like Growing Over Life?
Growing Over Life was
No, Growing Over Life.
fire.
Hold on, let me go to his albums.
Growing Over Life was fire.
I feel like I'm including these mixtapes in this as well.
I think Wretch makes really good albums. Man.
Up until this album, I thought Growing Over Life was his best album.
What'd you say?
Up until
Growing Over Life was dope. I didn't fuck with 32.
That's crazy.
I didn't fuck with 32.
No, he was trying to be too accessible.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with 32.
How?
Anyway, back to my
Bro, there was way more accessible radio-y poppy tunes.
What? Because he had singing on the hooks.
No, but yeah. Actually,
I thought it was done.
Kingston Girl, Wine on your back. Like
That's a banger.
Yeah, I like that song. I like that
Nah?
song.
I didn't care for
I
that.
heard Tottenham.
I've always felt
But
that
back to my
Wretch
point,
makes
like,
great
I didn't really fuck with
albums.
that album, so I feel like the pressure was on this album. And I even like the way he dropped it, where he was just like, here. Like, I fucked with that. Like, yo, there's no fanfare, no nothing. Here's the album. If you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with it. I don't feel like in the UK we do too many surprise albums.
No.
We don't, right? That's not a UK thing. Somewhere I can't think of anyone that's really done a surprise like, yo, here you
There's
go.
not many that can, to be fair.
He can, but I'm just saying that even then we don't really do that over here. So like, yeah, man, like it's gonna sound like a bias, but honestly, I feel like it's a fucking dope album.
It's okay to be biased, though.
But I don't feel like I am, because if I'm telling you I didn't like 32, but I like this, then
No, I'm not calling you biased.
yeah.
but
It's okay. Naturally,
It's
I am.
alright,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm saying
As long as you own it, then
I'm
it's
trying to give
alright.
my most unbiased view. People know how I feel about Wretch.
Okay.
People know how I feel about Tottenham.
So there wasn't a song on this album that you did not like?
I can't find one.
I'd probably say,
Trying to think. It still sound wild. The Burna Boy song I felt was cool.
Okay.
yeah, it wasn't amazing.
Yeah, I felt
compared
like
to Burna Boy's
Yeah, I feel like Burna Boy's been releasing so many hot tracks. I thought, yo, Burna Boy and Wretch, I can't feel. The Burna Boy song I thought was cool. I haven't really gone back to it. But like, to me, the top
Spin Around was meh.
Spin Around. I fuck with Spin Around, man. My favorite song of the whole album.
And you guys liked Visiting Hours?
That's my favorite. I was just about to say that's my favorite song of the album.
Yeah, that was good. I like
That and Winning is my favorite song.
I thought
of
that was easy. It was too easy and I didn't like it. It was easy.
But how do you guys
It was
feel
an
about
easy
that
commercial song to do for Wretch.
But how do you feel about the album overall?
I thought it was a really good album, man. I listened to it the first time and I didn't like it the first time. And then I probably sat with it for like 2-3 days afterwards. And I think on that third or fourth listen, I was like, yeah, this just might be his best one. I loved 3-2. People that know me know how much I love Retrospective as well. That album
fuck with
that
Retrospective,
holds a special place to me. So that's always going to be my favorite Wretch project. But on this album, man, he just sounds grown, man. Like just similar to what I've echoed with Getz and Kano. Like I just love the fact that our legends are aging well, man. And like Wretch is another example of how it should be done. This album is extremely grown. And I just enjoy the musicality of it as well. And I love it when he sings as well, man. He's a low-key good singer too. And I just like the fact that I think artistically at the moment, he might be at his best. It seems as though he's kind of open to trying new things as well and experimenting. I think typically when you come from, the background of, just being a spitter, where you just bar heavy, like you might box yourself into a place where you're not allowed to really try other things. Wretch hasn't really confined himself to that. And I think he's explored loads of different stuff. So I really enjoyed this album. My Mommy's Boys are my shit. Like
Yo, he bodied that.
I had that on repeat for like God knows how long. I absolutely love that song, man. I love, how he bigs up, his mum and his sister and, the important women in his life, man. I just love that, man. Visiting Hours I didn't like. 10-10 with Gigs I really enjoyed. I was quite surprised by Giggs' switch up of his flow, which I thought was quite good. It was bouncy, I liked it. I didn't like Burn, you can keep that. You can keep Insurance. Upon Reflection was dope. I didn't know he had issues with Chip though.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
That's the song when he was like me and Chip. That's when he was like him and Chip.
That's
about
my favorite song on there.
But remember I said to you that he was signed to Chip? I think it probably was in relation to that.
I don't know how much
But he
that's
said,
true though.
I thought it was about his like, when Chip, I think Chip might have mentioned his name when he was like going for all these other rappers.
Yeah, he
in,
did.
like,
No, he said he was the
2015.
best. He said something about he was the best in Tottenham, something. And that's when Skepta said, I don't know why Chip mentioned my name.
But he mentioned Chip's name as well, right?
He
Wretch's
mentioned Skepta,
name, right?
Wretch's name.
Okay, see.
So
That might
what was
be
the
it too.
context of him?
I remember he was going back. It was when he was going back and forth with Youngin, innit? And
Yeah.
then he mentioned something about him being, I think, along the lines of the waviest in Tottenham.
So what, Wretch took offense to that?
No, because it's the way he said it. And even Skepta had a bar for his. I don't know why Chip is mentioning my name, but no.
Okay. But yeah, I didn't know that there was issues there.
But I think that was the way. So I don't mean to cut you off. But Wretch's bars, I think, connotates to that. It was before that as well. So
Fine. But yeah, no, I really enjoy that song as well. I like the depth. Like that's what I've always liked about Wretch, man. He's just got such depth in his lyrics, man. Like you got to really peel back the layers to catch the meaning. Like it's not always straightforward. And I love that in my wordsmiths, man. And Wretch he's always been consistent with that, man. So I really enjoyed that. Spin Around I enjoyed. Closer to Me I really liked. Last Night was dope. Burna Boy, the tune of Burna Boy All In was really good to me as well. And then the Baton with Avelino and Knuckles, I think his name was, or Nux. Yeah, that was really good song as well.
Shout out Nux.
But like from that last song though, I got this vibe that like Wretch ain't trying to stick around for too long, man. I think he's trying to like retire soon, man. And I feel like he's constantly talking about passing the baton to Avelino. So at what point is Avelino gonna like take it and actually do something with it?
Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
He's not.
He's not going to?
He's not going to.
Okay.
Well,
and I feel like there's a bit of pressure there. There's that Jay-Z Memphis Bleak thing as well.
Yo, Avelino can rap.
Yeah, he can bar.
Avelino's never going to be.
But with Wretch doing that, you're kind of setting him up for expectations that might be too big for him.
I think Avelino's more accessible than Wretch.
You reckon?
Yeah, man. I think Avelino has that knack for making, even if it doesn't like permeate to you, man. But he does have a knack and that potential to make like maybe not a big smash, but like something more along the lines of. He did it with his last project. I think he did something that was more like kind of like in the vein of like Drake's Passion Fruit, where he was kind of singing, it was kind of bouncy and stuff. So he can make sort of accessible tunes.
He's got a track with Stormzy right now, isn't it?
I mean, he's got a tune with Stormzy and Skepta, which is really dope energy. But it's not like an accessible thing.
What do you think about that album?
I think it was really good, man. I think it's his best album, if I'm honest. I really loved, and I agree with Pete. Like, I feel like all of our legends and our OGs are at that point in their careers where they're just making amazing albums, and I've always felt like fun.
Shout out for the tweet.
Yeah, man. And I wrote that in my review. I reviewed this album for Trench. And I said that as well. Like, I feel like this is his best album. I feel like he's at his most honest, at his most like self-critical, at his most introspective. You could tell he's been through a bit since like from the last album to this one. Even with the chip thing and the Mummy's Boy and all that stuff, like he's really, really in his bag when it comes to like talking about the shit that really affects him and has really shaped him in a way that's not preachy, in a way that's not boring. I think it helps that he had more or less this production from the same production team, Sons of Sonics.
Big up Mo Keys, man. Big up Mo Keys.
Yep, 100%.
That man killed it.
That helps. Yeah, man, I genuinely fuck with this album, man. Winning, Mummy's Boy, Upon Reflection, the one with Burna Boy, Pass the Baton, Burn, Spin Around Now, Close to Me was cool, Last Night was good, All In, yep, Baton, yep. Yeah, man, I think it's really good, man. I really, really think it's good.
Is it better than Kano's album?
Nope.
I enjoyed Kane's more.
I enjoyed Kane.
But the gap between Wretch and Kano is a lot smaller than I previously said. But what's interesting is that
I said he could beat when he sleeps.
What's interesting is that like,
3.
What's interesting is that like whenever Wretch drops an album, I feel like he might be number one. Then Kane might drop an album, then it reminds me of why I thought Kane was number one. Then Gets drops an album, then I'm like, wait, hold on, we can't forget Gets too.
Which is what should happen.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm similar to
I think we're blessed in that respect in our scene, man. We're really blessed.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when our goats pull through, like it's an amazing moment. And I feel like UK-wise this year, we've killed America, man. As far as albums and just music, man.
I've been saying it for a while.
Yeah, you have been.
We're dupping these man over there.
But this album's just like a reminder of that, man. And I love where Wretch is at, man. I like when he reflects. He's been doing that from retrospective though. Songs like Remember the Titan and Stop My Pen from Crying. Like he's been able to get into that bag. But I feel like, you know, I think where he's gotten older, he's had a couple kids, like, and I think where he's very comfortable, there's even more room for him to like, you know, self-analyze himself as well as like, you know, psychoanalyze himself and put it in his music and then, you know, let it out there for us to get as well. But I think he's always been able to do that, man, even on Growing Over Life, and I love that album. Like on Open Conversation and the Mark Duggan song, like when he's in that bag, that introspective, you know, like analyzing, I love that Wretch. That's my favourite Wretch.
He's probably the best at that.
Bro, my first ever song to listen to Wretch was a song called My Life. That's all he was doing. Like, I think I've done a track of the week when he said, you don't know the half of it, man. Like,
you think you did it. You did do it.
I'm a Coolie kid. Born. That's the first song I ever heard from Wretch. that and Punctuation might have been the first songs I heard of Wretch. It's the first. So that's the first thing that my introduction. I'm like, I still remember me and what we were playing this. It was in like year 9, and we're like, yo, put it on. He downloaded it. Cool. But we had a CD back then. Listen to it. Yo, this guy's fucked.
Yeah.
And I think he was passing it out these times in from the park when he was kicking ball. He's like, you might check this out. From that to where he is now, stop it, bro.
No,
how do you get better at rapping?
That's it, man. And that's
How do
another.
you get better
And that's
at rapping?
another thing with our legends, bro. Like I'm just finding that the more music they release, the better that they're getting.
You know
with
what
the
I'm
bars.
saying?
Like it's just amazing to me, and I love seeing it, man. I love seeing it, bro.
This
Wretch he's special, man. He's gifted.
This solidifies
With
Wretch.
the wordplay, he's gifted, man. It's really no joke, bro. Because the way like the layers of his bars are like serious, man. And I like the fact that he's able to still be very accessible. That's funny. I like the fact that he's able to be like accessible with the type of music he makes as well. Like he's got the tunes with the Burner songs, Burner Boy, and he kind of shows that ability to make good crossover music too. And not everyone's got that. So I just appreciate Wretch, man. So yeah, big up Wretch for a great album, man. We appreciate you, bruv.
Yeah, 100%. I think as far as albums go, he's probably the most consistent UK artist. Like even if you might not necessarily like one album or the other, like he's never really released a bad album. I think anyway.
I didn't like Black and White, but that just wasn't for me. It's not because it was bad. It was just too popular.
But even when you put that next to everything that followed, that came after it, like, he's got a catalogue that shits on a lot of UK artists. I think anyway.
I got a question for you. Do you think he's the most consistent when it comes to albums?
He's in the conversation.
Do you feel like he's the best lyricist?
I mean,
you could argue that, man.
You know my answer to that.
You think Kano is?
Yes.
Over Wretch?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
You can take either or, man.
You can. I mean,
I think Kane edges him.
I think Wretch wins.
My thing with Kano is like people don't understand him sometimes, and that's why people put a strike against him.
We do here.
Yeah, of course, but his rap, his lyricism is not always, but sometimes it's coded in the Cockney slang and the East End slang and shit like that, so it's not as obvious when he's actually barring. Whereas with Wretch, it's clear, concise, all that shit. I think that plays a very big role.
You're right.
And Wretch is like ear for production, man. That needs to be spoken about too, because like I like his chemistry with Sons of Sonic. He's like, yeah, they've hit the jackpot there, boy.
Yo, yeah, fam, you're the connect, bro. Bring Wretch to the table so we can have a conversation with him, bro.
Well, yeah, he's the connect for that.
Why am I connecting for that? I mean, maybe.
I would love to have a chop out with him. That's the one artist.
Bruv, you won't even talk. You'll be speechless the whole time.
Hey, listen, fam. You're not Tio and Ree, fam. Let's not gas Wretch 3 too now, fam. It's not on Ree.
You've gassed Wretch 3 too. We're not gassing him.
I like to give people their just dues, man. Like,
Give them their flowers.
yo,
man.
like Wretch is to me the
Bro,
GOAT.
there's just dues, and then there's mentioning Wretch every episode.
Bro, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, we mentioned Wretch, J. Cole, Jay-Z.
We haven't mentioned Jay-Z this podcast.
Yes, we bloody well have.
We did.
I said Jay-Z and Memphis Bleak with Avelino
R.
and
Kelly,
Wretch.
R. Kelly a little bit.
R. Kelly
R.
too.
Kelly.
6ix9ine sometimes.
We're going to have a conversation about how many people we mention all the time.
But anyway, back to my point. I'm just saying, I like to people understand. I've been very consistent that he's the GOAT, and I feel like it's done no harm in that. Kano,
No, yeah,
This helps the argument, if
that's
anything.
what I'm saying.
It
Kano's
definitely
second.
helped the
Kano's Kano. I'm just saying, but
When it comes to albums, he might be the GOAT.
yeah, man, I feel like if we all agree that lyricism are close, and then Wretch edges albums, then do you get what I'm saying? But
I'm not agreeing with the.
But I'm just saying, I
edging of
don't
the
feel like there's any
albums.
harm though. We all know that's 1 and 2. Like I feel like that's not even an argument anymore. 1 and 2 is to me.
Like Jay and
personally.
Nas, isn't it?
Yeah, like I don't think that's even an argument. Whichever side you roll with, whichever side you roll with. Do you know what I mean? And I'm so happy that because I feel like Wretch was overlooked for so many years, and I feel like just now people are starting to get it.
I think maybe overlooked to the wider public, but
The rappers do.
yeah,
Or rappers for-
they
fans.
they knew that Wretch weren't a joke with the pen, man. They knew.
But I feel like when it comes to GOATs, he gets overlooked.
Nah, people
You reckon?
I feel like he did.
Nah, Wretch was always.
I
in
don't
that
know,
convo.
man, because I remember when I used to have a conversation, and I've been saying Wretch is the best from early, and I feel like when I used to say it, it used to be like
Here's a theory.
because I used to hear Skepta a lot.
Here's a theory.
You need to understand when you're from Tottenham.
I think I heard JME more than I heard Skepta.
Nah.
In the early stages.
Nah.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah,
When
Jamie,
Skepta when
Jamie was
last
the rapper,
seven-
though.
Yeah,
Jamie
when
was the
Skepta
rapper.
was just
I'm like the last 7 years though.
oh yeah.
I'm saying
You know what it is, though?
I heard Skepta way
my
more than I
theory,
heard
my,
Wretch.
but my theory is Wretch never really had a standout moment up until he started releasing albums for me. So when you have someone like a Dizzy with Boy in the Corner, Kano with Home Sweet Home, Wiley with Eskimo, Skepta with Private Caller.
You had Wretch retrospective.
Yeah, but that came much
Be
later.
Cool.
That came, huh?
Be
Forget
Cool.
about
There was a song
things.
called Be Cool.
I'd rather be cool. Forget about.
Shout out Wizzy Well.
I wonder what he's doing now.
I saw him in Bank one time, actually.
And he had, what did he else? He had Inner the Girl in that album as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I
get
mean.
what you're
Like
saying, I get what
it
you're
was
saying.
nothing that
There was
really.
nothing
like-
that-
I mean, I don't know, but from my knowledge, I don't think that necessarily penetrated the whole grime generation. If you see what I mean, compared to the Eskimos, the Boy in the Corners, the Homes We Home, the
never,
Private
never,
Callers.
never.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's why. I think maybe those other guys, not necessarily a head start, but they just made waves a lot earlier. Whereas with Wretch, you had to wait before something really hit. And to be honest, I don't know a really definitive Wretch moment. You know what I'm saying? So with Dizzy, it's the Crazy Titch thing. With Wiley, it's all of his life. With Skepta, it's
Sorry.
it's his life as well. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Wretch, he's just gone about his business, if you feel me.
Yeah, he just.
And sometimes that works against you, which is a shame, but yeah.
Question though, boys, like, what does it say about like us as consumers where we're allowing, you know, our greats to grow and talk about like more, I guess, societal things? Like on this album, obviously Wretch has done nothing but reflect, self-analyze. Do you think we would have allowed this about maybe like 5 to 7 years ago?
No, it was immature 5 to 7 years ago.
Nah, because we had, well, I mean,
Was
not
it-
in the grime scene, but we had like UK rappers doing that. But even if they weren't necessarily as popular, but they were still doing it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the more popular
No,
ones.
we was in a different. The whole world was in a different space 10 years ago, 7 years ago. It's only now.
I mean,
right to be.
Dizzy was
respected.
doing it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Dizzy was doing it in his first 2 albums. Kano was doing it in Signs
To this
of Life.
level, though.
Signs in
Was
Life.
Dizzy doing it to this level?
Um,
And it's bar heavy, no?
It's bar heavy.
Like to this
I mean,
in
it
your
depends on
face.
it depends on you
Like this in your face. Like you know he's reflecting about himself.
by himself.
About himself.
Actually, that's a
Maybe.
good point. Kane did do it on Signs of Life.
You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like we're just in a different place now. And it's,
But I feel like we're more
I think-
open. Well, I feel like we're more open to that because this album is basically a whole album of Signs of Life.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, but definitely more open now.
Yeah.
Because we're growing up
Definitely
with the
more,
rappers. I could. What if Wretch is what 32? What would he really respect? 7 years ago, what could he really reflect over?
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying, but
You
you
know
know
what
what I mean. I get. I feel like now's perfect.
Right,
He's
yeah.
at a point in his life where it's.
No, but we're
Because
at a
even
point
like
now
Dave
where-
was able to drop the album that he dropped as well. So I'm just
I
interested.
feel like
to-
society's changed now. Though.
Yeah,
I
maybe
feel like
society's definitely changed. Society's
society's
a lot more open to like those sort of stories. 100%. Wretch has always had those stories. Clearly, he was living in a time where, you know, in the grime generation, it was more about the bravado, and it was more about the bars rather than anything substantial. That's why a lot of grime MCs were more known for their personalities than their bars and all that shit, other than a couple. Nowadays, we live in a time where that sort of shit is a lot more encouraged because it's kind of like an opposite to all the other pop shit, all the mainstream, Zanny, all that drugs shit that's going on. I mean, so that sort of stuff is a lot louder when the other side is being forced down you every 2 seconds. So definitely we're living in a better time. And it's perfect for people like him and Kano who are able to like be introspective in that way. And get in that vibe.
Sims did it too on her
Sims as
album.
well, Dave as well. Even Skepta in his album, he did it a couple times, even if it was a little bit more flashy. So yeah, we're definitely living in a time where it's allowing. It's more allowing of that subject matter, and we're all the more better for it. The scene especially, and I feel like I've always said the UK scene has struggled with really great albums, whereas in the last like 4 or 5 years, we've had Kano's last 2 albums, we've had Skepta's last 2 albums, we've had Wretch's last 3 albums, we've had Get's last album, we've had even Wiley's last album Godfather 1 to an extent. You know what I'm saying? So these OGs are like growing, they're making better music, they're improving as artists, and yeah, man, it's better for us. It means that we can now stand as a scene that can rely on pieces of content and work that aren't just singles that like stand the test of time or like make us stand out as a music scene.
I've got a question. Is this the first time where your top 3 albums could be all from UK?
Probably not.
I mean, in a year.
Oh, then maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a single year where your top 3 albums could be from UK.
Could be, yes.
Because I don't remember time.
Will be, probably not.
No, I think 2 of my top 3 will be.
Same.
I've got Sims and Wretch and Rhapsody.
I'd have to remember what albums have even dropped this year, but
Actually, no.
We'll save
Kane
that.
and Wretch will be in that
Dave's
combo.
album's there as well.
Let's save that for the end of year special, guys.
Sorry, but you know what I'm saying, though, innit? Like, I feel like this might be the first time. You can edit it
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
But I think albums like this make it, I think, easier for the people like the Barney artist as well, because Barney artist's music is similar, where he's very introspective as well, and the musicality of it is extremely soulful and great in that respect. And albums like this, I think, continue to kick down the door for, you know, the lesser known artists that are coming through as well. Even like a Sims, where, you know, on her album she was very introspective. You know, the more the goats and the greats do it, the more the next man or the next woman can do it as well. So yeah, we need more of this type of music, man. So big up Wretch, man. Honestly, I can't say that enough, man. Honestly,
100%. Great album. Be interested to see what he does next. But up until then, we're gonna coast to this one and yeah, man, enjoy it because he is a GOAT. We know this. He'll continue to be a GOAT, and that won't change. Mohammed, as the Tottenham correspondent, you have the last word on this.
I just want to say salute to Wretch. He's got a great song called "Victory's Tottenham."
does he really?
He actually does have a. It came out like 12 years ago. What was he saying?
If that isn't the biggest case of false advertising,
What is that? What you say? Chini's gonna come up and Shavar doors with Victory's Tottenham. We ain't
Wretch,
gonna
relax on
do
that one
shit. What?
I said relax, Wretch, relax on that one.
You don't talk
I feel
about
you though.
you don't talk about the top of the team.
No, I know that.
Yeah, I'm just
the
saying.
area, innit?
Yeah, we was on the come up though.
Well, when did you drop this?
He dropped this like 13 years ago.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know why I remember it, but like Victory's Tottenham. Yeah, so
My bad, King.
I'm just saying, shout out to Wretch. Happy for you. Glad you dropped the dope album, man. Honestly.
Calm.
And hey, man, shout out to N17, N15. Shout out to Farm. Shout out to Ida. Shout out to Tiverton. Shout out to Seven Sisters. Shout out to MPK. Shout out to Scotland Green. Shout out, you know what I mean?
And on that note, I really hope that we don't mention Wretch for at least the next 5 episodes.
And I like to end it saying Tottenarm, baby.
No, edited. Anyway, so we're gonna end it there. So yeah, a lot of opinions shared on this one. Good to be back. Good. And
Good to be
yeah,
back.
man, we'll be here with our regularly scheduled programming from now onwards, man. Every 2 weeks, we're fresh, we're recharged, ready to go. Give you this content, baby. Even though I hate the word content these days, but it's calm.
You just say baby.
I did. So
Yeah, don't ever say baby again.
Tottenarm, baby.
let me live in it.
With that being said,
We're gonna sign out. I don't have a saying, but it's calm because it's fine. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.
Peace.